Legends of India was formed in 1988 to promote and preserve Indian art and culture.
98.
Sorry. And this particular series, Pendulum Dialogues, was instituted to create a meaningful discourse around issues related to culture and art. Because we felt that there was a need for this discourse to happen in the public space. The event is, the series is curated by Shanta Sarjeet Singh. She is the vice chairperson of the Sangeet Academy. And she takes, I'm very grateful to her for the kind of pain she takes to put this together. Thank you, Shanta. We featured the featured panelists this evening. Let me introduce them to you. They need no introduction. Mrs. Yechury is the chairperson of the Daskan Committee. She is active in the democratic socialist political space and also on a lot of women's issues. A sort of torchbearer for promoting crafts in India and craftspersons in India. She studied English literature at the Smith College in the USA. Founded the Daskan Art Samiti, like I just said. More importantly, she's created the first craft and textiles map of India for each state. So mapping cultural assets is something that she's been doing all along. So she obviously what she says will be very pertinent to the subject. The second speaker, the panelist that we have this evening is Dr.Naman, an associate professor at the JNU. Specializes in ancient Indian art and architecture, is a fellow at the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, and has curated lots of shows of Indian sculpture around the world. Both of them are accomplished authors and columnists as well, apart from the other things that they do. Let me hand you over to Shantaji to preface the discussion. Dr. Naman Ahuja should be coming in any minute. Start the second round.
Thank you so much, Arun. Yeah, you welcome and thank you. Friends, all of you, there is Naman.
I'm sorry.
Please come. We've just introduced Naman to you, and he's again, formally into art and architecture and sculpture and these areas. But blessed is the art scene where a grandson like him has taken up, thank you, the legacy of Shanoji. He's her grandson and learned and accompanied her in her musical journey for all his growing years, and I think made himself very rich with that exposure. Culture mapping is a process. It's been in use for the last 15 years, I would say, and is basically the technique, the methodology, the manner in which the resources of a community, tangible, intangible, oral, historical, social, are all given a written or a visual inventory. Now, personally, having set the topic for today, I did think that, this is an impossible task to map India's cultural resources. These are phrases which have been brought into use by, under the auspices of agencies like the United Nations and UNESCO, and they really apply to the Western world where there is a very thin population in most countries. And they're recognizable areas of cultural resources. How on earth can one actually map an Indian subcontinent where every part of this country has its own unique identity in terms of language and culture and costume and food and you name it, it's a distinct profile. But at the same time, one good that can come out of this focus